I just think it's amazing for people like us in this world to be able to come together.
That for me was the first grand awakening.
Simply everything was falling into place.
Without any dogmas, without any constructs of what I was supposed to be. We were blessed to be able to share that. That was a magical journey. That was a magical journey.
What is, no matter what I believe.
I'm very much one of these people where I think that what you see is what you get about life.
Spirituality is recognizing the mirror, pointing at the mirror, and religion tends to focus on the mirror.
Spirit is like dance, and religion is like the different steps. Some people like to waltz, some people like to tango, but it's all dance.
Basically, my view of God, because I do believe in the one, wouldn't really fall in sync with like a Christian God or Muslim. I believe that everything branches from the one. I do not believe in some dude in a robe on a throne judging every little thing that we do, watching every little thing that we do. I just think that it's pretty much the soul's desire to continue reaching on for enlightenment, trying to perfect ourselves so we can once again join with the one.
James, what about yourself?
Well, I think you know, it's a great summary of things, but I wouldn't personally claim to believe in God or, you know, any sort of particular religion. I mean, I'm very much one of these people where I think that what you see is what you get about life, so that's pretty much my point of view, and it's I wish there was more, but I just don't see it.
Yeah, you know, and that's part of the fun of it too, is finding out what that truth is. Whether it's, you know, divine looking over our lives, or like James said, whether it's what you see is what you get. It also, at least for myself, it means that I'm not stuck on any one thing. So if I get new information, it doesn't cause a crisis of faith. It just, sort of like a scientist working on a theory, is when you get new information, the theory changes rather than the belief.
Yeah, I think really, obviously nobody really knows, of course, but my suspicion is that there is something very complex going on, but it's not going to be something that's been communicated to people in terms of a religion that people follow, and you know, there are rules and books and things. I think we all get the sense of there's something very complicated going on in the world, and we just don't quite grasp it all the time. And that's pretty much as far as you'll probably get in your entire life.
Well, my experience with God is very interesting because I was raised Catholic, so there's a lot of underlying childhood shame attached with being not good enough to be one with God, and that idea of not being able to connect individually, that you have to connect through some other person or other means, which didn't really settle well with me even at a young age. And so my search for finding out what God is in my life and finding what the truth is so individual. And my conclusion has come to that God is something that is love. That's my personal best definition, is that God is love, and love is inside of us and outside of us. It is greater than us and a great part of each and every person. So it's been interesting because coming from the background where I think religion has jaded relationship to a higher power, that it took a lot of research to come to that conclusion, and that included studying a number of different religions through the years and looking at their doctrines and what they all teach. And certainly religion has its place in community, in creating community. But each religion showed to me, and you can trace this back as far back as the Egyptians, they all stem from the same teachings. It all stems from the same place. So for me, I think God and religion are separate, although some people find that they find solace into God through that sense of community, which is what religion is.
Would you describe your view on God as something that has been a progression, or has it always been in your life?
My belief in God has always been there. I guess I should first of all say that my father was the deacon of a Pentecostal church. Our lives were church. It's really one of the most dogmatic sects of Christianity that I've come across. I became extremely fixated on the mythology and the cultures of several different ancient civilizations. And I started drawing connections from how one religion borrows from the one before it. And it's all been a morphism of the religion, the main religion that came before, and stories and myths that came before that. So I guess once I finally convinced myself that I really did not believe in hell, and I didn't believe in all the dogma that had been shoved down my throat my entire life, I branched out into paganism. I did not find that to be, exactly along my belief structure. And I moved more into Eastern religion, and that's kind of where I'm at now. I wouldn't say that I fall into one group of believers of anything. It's very much like, I believe it was Marc said, it's kind of a scientific exploration. And my belief in something beyond me, something that created me, is not going to be shaken by new information that I come across, and anything that challenges what I believe now. And in fact, I thirst for that, and I'm continually trying to figure out exactly what would make the most sense to me. Because the bottom line is that I believe, where we should be spiritually, that is just innately within us. I believe that we have something within us that guides us into the right path for us. And I do not believe that there's just one right path.
Would you say that it has been a process?
Absolutely, it's been a process. You're so often told what you can and cannot do and what you should and should not believe, that it is a process, and it's a very personal journey for every individual.
As it should be.
Exactly. And I think that's the greater challenge of religion, is that often in my experiences, even recently, there is so much judgment involved. Rather than an acceptance of somebody's journey, there's a lot of condemnation of the journey and what that takes. And to me, that's very challenging.
I think that even in Catholicism and in Christianity, there is a real call to have a personal relationship with divinity, with the is. And it's not about necessarily following the specific dogma as finding that place inside yourself where you actually do connect, through meditation, through prayer. I mean, for me, my journey has been a long road, and there are parts of me that honor all of those traditions for what they are, which are traditions of connecting to the divine. And there have been specific masters who are way further down the road than the majority of people, and what they practice is always a perfect sense of love for everyone and for God. There is a God, and it's not about following a specific doctrine as much as it is honoring the truth of having that personal relationship with divinity, with whatever that means to you, and recognizing that you're not it.